Hey guys, welcome back to week 3 of recreating book covers. This week I decided to use my Posca pens for this project. I have a couple of sets. I have the metallic set and the pastel set, and then I also have some random ones that I bought individually. So I've got a few random colors, and sometimes it proved to be a bit of a difficulty because it didn't have the right color of Posca pen, but I made do with what I had. This first one is Romanov by Nadine Brandes, and it is a fantastical retelling of the historical event of Anastasia and the Romanov family, written by a Christian author, and this one was pretty decent. This next one is one that I read, I believe it was last year. I always thought the cover was really cool, even though the book itself didn't quite make the cut for me. But this one is a historical, and it's very nature heavy, and there's some mystery and suspense in there, and there's also a little bit of romance in it. I'm trying to wait until there's a little bit more on the cover for you guys to guess. This one is also written by a Christian author. And oh yeah, I wanted to say the gradient in the sky, that was really fun to do. I was kind of happy that I had those 3 colors that worked really well for the sunset. So if you haven't picked up on it yet, this one is called The Road to Paradise by Karen Barnett. And yeah, we'll just keep moving on. So this next one is one that I have never read, but I am quite interested in reading it. It is a science fiction, I believe. It is written by a Christian author. I don't really know much about the content of it other than it's science fiction. I don't know if it's meant to be futuristic or no clue. This one has 2 faces on the cover, and going in with no sketch underneath, straight with the Posca pen, you can imagine was a little bit tricky, but yeah, we made it work. This one actually caused me some grief because this is where I started to discover some of my Posca pens are running out of paint, so that made things a little tricky. But if you haven't guessed already, this one is called Brand of Light by Ronnie Kendig. And yeah, I've never read it yet, but I do plan to at some point. This next one actually was pretty special because I won this book in a Instagram giveaway a couple of months ago. And when it was recommended that on my Instagram that I should draw this one, I was kind of happy about it because it has these beautiful colorful ribbons coming out of this hand, and it was really an intriguing cover. But yeah, okay, so the green, I only had a really dark forest green, and it's supposed to be this really vibrant green, so I kind of mixed it with the yellow, but it still doesn't come across like the cover. I like this one, and this one is The Story Peddler by Lindsay A. Franklin. Let me know if you guys have read this one. I look forward to reading my free copy that I won. All right, moving on. This one is a little bit reminiscent of the Road to Paradise cover, but it is actually quite different in real life. It just comes across similar with the Posca pen style. This one is actually a nonfiction. This one is written by a Christian author again. This one I have not read yet either. I believe I own it. I think I've hauled it. I just haven't read. Oh, look at that brightness. Sorry about that, guys. Might be blinding you for a minute. Yeah, when you don't use studio lights and you just rely on the sun, this is what you get. So yeah, anyway, I had to turn it around. That one was Anxious for Nothing by Max Lucado. Okay, this one I felt a lot more intimidated by going in without a undersketch but when I started it, it just kind of all came together, and I'm really happy with how this one came out. Ever since I've seen this cover, I think it's a 2019 release. I believe it's a horror. I've never read it. I don't really have plans to because horror is not my genre, but I will say this cover is super intriguing. So I'm not sure if you guys can already tell by like the face kind of sliced into this ribbon effect, but this one is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. So yeah, it came together pretty nicely. For the black, I don't actually have a black Posca pen, so I used just my regular marker for the black details. And I mean, there's a lot of elements of this one that I didn't have the right Posca pen color for that I just had to make do. For example, the hair. The hair is, in real life, the cover, the girl has really dark brown hair, but I didn't have anything close to that, so I used this like goldy, light browny color. So, but I'm actually quite happy with how this one turned out, all things considered. Now this next one, this one I had tried to incorporate this element using my washi tape, and then I was figuring it just wasn't working very well. So I went with another route and I just drew the silhouette of the person and then cut it out, and then kind of temporarily washi taped it down just so that I could keep that silhouette. Because I'm not doing the undersketch, so it makes things a little trickier. This one is actually one of my favorite books that I have read so far in 2020, and I was really excited that somebody had suggested I color it. The only issue that I really had with this one was, well, I guess I have two issues. My Posca pens were kind of running out, so it gets very scratchy. And also, I don't have a red Posca pen, and this cover is majority, it is red. So I kind of had to use my creative liberties on this one as well, because the closest thing I had to red was this dark pink. And I mean, I think it comes across, if you know the cover, you can kind of see. Oh, I see, I'm just showing you guys there. Did you see? It is the Skin Map by Stephen Lawhead. It is a science fiction, time travel kind of story written by a Christian author. It is amazing. I highly recommend this one. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go through this flip through and we'll briefly look back at each individual cover beside the real cover. I had a lot of fun with these Posca pens. However, I think I've kind of discovered that I don't think Posca pens are my favorite medium. They do have some unique effects that you can achieve with them, which is pretty neat. But overall, I think I would rather prefer gouache or watercolor. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!